13 Candles is the 17th episode of the third season of Full House. This is directed by Bill Foster, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I talk about the episode. And this is one of the episodes I remember really well from watching the series the first time. I don't know if that's necessarily because it's a personal favourite. I do enjoy it, probably isn't a favourite, but it is good and definitely one that I remembered well, I think for all of the right reasons. It starts off with DJ waking up at 3:47. Because she was born at 3:48 in the morning and she is celebrating turning 13. And the rest of the episode is set around her party. So I will go through things chronologically. Sometimes I will group things by type of narrative or part of the narrative. But with this one, it makes more sense to go chronologically. And pretty quickly, we learn about a character called Kevin. Kimmy asks DJ at her party where her future boyfriend Kevin is. And also something I want to praise, the music at the party is not loud. And a lot of TV shows get this so wrong. And maybe it's because the party basically took up the entire episode, so it would have been a really off-putting thing. But I find a lot of sitcoms and even films, whenever there's a party, the music is always so loud that the dialogue is difficult to hear. Not the case here at all. Really want to praise it for that. And Kimmy asks where Gwin is, and Stephanie is trying to send Michelle in with a Polaroid camera to take pictures of the party because Michelle is, well, cute enough to get away with everything, and Stephanie's not allowed to be at the party. But she is actually going to a Daffy Duck film festival with Joey. Dave Coulier did a really great Daffy Duck impression. And then immediately after that, we cut to Michelle upstairs dancing around with a giant Bugs Bunny. There's a lot of Warner Brothers Looney Tunes love here. And we have a brief step away from the party as Jessie is trying to train Comet. And Comet's not listening to Jessie, but he does listen to Michelle, and he does sit when he gets a cookie, or he gets a cookie after he sits, I guess, and Comet is just so precious. Absolutely love Comet. It's also nice to see Jessie kind of slowly being willing to interact with the dog, because we know Jessie didn't want the dog. The rest of the episode is pretty much at the party, and DJ struggles to ask Kevin to dance. So Kimmy comes up with an idea, and she asks Kathy Santoni for help, and then all of the others gather around to find out what this plan is, and we're not kept in suspense for very long. We very quickly find out that they're going to play Spin the Bottle. And of course, my first thought was probably, what's the guarantee of DJ spinning it and landing on Kevin? Well, they have a plan for that too. Kimmy spins it and gets Bitterman, and what I love, I just adore this so much, is that they reluctantly kiss, and immediately they both say, "Oh, baby," and by the end of the episode, Bitterman is calling Kimmy babe, and she's loving it, and it's so lovely, it's so sweet. I really liked that part of the episode. And then Kevin spins it, and everybody immediately stands up and steps away from the circle, leaving just DJ. Of course, this was set up, and DJ realizes immediately, and it's quite tense because the room is dimly lit, everybody's watching them, and DJ and Kevin are standing quite close to one another, and they don't kiss, and this seems to last for quite a while. And thankfully, well, maybe thankfully is not the word DJ would use, but upstairs the guys had been listening through the fireplace. Becky was there as well, and they'd been listening to DJ and the party, and they heard that they were playing Spin the Bottle, so they decide to go storming downstairs in their own fashion, and Danny says he was looking for the ketchup bottle, which is the lamest excuse ever, and Jessie asks everybody who wants to dance, and all of these young teenage and preteen girls just flock to him, which I just thought, yeah, I could see that. I was that age, and I would, heck, I'm my age, and I would flock to him, so I thought that was very entertaining. And DJ is obviously, I think DJ is very confused with how she's feeling, because on the one hand she wanted to kiss Kevin, on the other hand she didn't want to kiss Kevin in front of everybody, and she most certainly didn't want her family coming into the room and embarrassing her. So she's going through a lot of different emotions just now. She abandons her party and goes up to her room, and Becky gives her this beautiful heart to heart, and I love how softly Becky is speaking to her. She's very understanding, very reassuring, shares a story of her own first kiss, and it's so lovely. The role that Becky brings into this is so invaluable, and that's not Becky's only worth. to be a strong female figure for the girls. She obviously has a lot more to offer, but it's definitely something brilliant that the character brings, and this is definitely a really great example of why that's the case. DJ realises she did overreact, but I will be honest, it wasn't right for the grown-ups to behave the way they did either. I do think they had her best interest at heart, but they didn't go about it the right way. But DJ apologises for saying they ruined her birthday. She admitted that there were other things that were making her feel that way, which I think was very mature, a very grown-up thing for her to do. And then the ending is just so adorable. Kevin comes back with the birthday card. He revealed at the beginning of the episode that he'd misplaced it, but he still had a gift for her. And then DJ walks him out and she gets her first kiss. And I love how cool about it Kevin is. He doesn't freak out. He doesn't think, oh no, I've kissed her, now what am I going to do? He's just kind of casual about it. And I think that was the right approach, because part of me was expecting him to maybe immediately hop on his bike and speed off. I mean, granted, he did hop on his bike, but not in the way that I perhaps worried he would. And it was a really beautiful way to end things, and DJ was really happy about it. And I think that's definitely a birthday she's going to remember. And it's an episode that I remembered, as I said. 13 Candles is one that I remembered pretty much in its entirety. And I'll be honest, there are not many Full House episodes like that. Not because they're not memorable, just because I have a bad memory. But there are some episodes that I remember very, very well. And 13 Candles is definitely one of them. And watching it again, I can see why. It's a brilliant episode, and I'm pretty sure I will always really thoroughly enjoy it.